positive vision. These are the main topics I'll be going through the session. Now, few days back somebody sent me a very good research article that what is our current status and how Americans lost the track of good life and where to find it now. I think that was not meant only for Americans, it was meant for all of us. But the gist of the article was, have more and consume more. Today the strategists, MBAs, marketing officers and everybody has created such a scenario that they are bombarding our psyche, have more, consume more, have more, consume more, because that's only where the wheels of economy will run for them. But that has not given us really the happiness. And everybody is walking that way, so we are also walking. So it's like a fog vision, ship walking after ship. So what should be the correct vision? Is happiness outside? So somebody was asked, a prominent person, is happiness outside? And he replied, probably happiness is an inside job. So now what is the holistic living? Holistic, Mahesh Bhai already said, wholesome and balanced. So which way? First and foremost, I have the outer living and inner living. Outer living means my interconnected living, where I'm interacting with other people, whether at a family, whether at a profession, in a career, at a colleague, at NGO or wherever. And inner living is while passing through all the phases of life, how I'm living within, what is my inner aspect. So both should be balanced. There is one good aphorism that today we have a lot of outer comforts and luxuries. If you put outer comforts in one pan and inner happiness in the other pan, that should be balanced or a little bit different. If the pan of outer comforts goes much high and the inner happiness is very meager, you will lose your sleeps and probably need psychiatric medicines or a psychiatric doctor. So please beware that the balance is achieved or balance is maintained. Second thing, initially we were knowing about intelligent quotient. Now we all know that there should be emotional quotient and spiritual quotient. If our intellectual quotient is very high, which the present world is giving us, but emotional quotient or spiritual quotient is low, again we will be disturbed or depressed from within. And Einstein had this very high, but probably this low, so he had all throughout his life, he had no good relations with his wife. I think none of us want that, right? So the third point, most of us, especially in the foreign countries when we have come here, most of our time goes after career and money. I think it is true for most of the people. Now, do we have enough time for family? Do we have enough time for health, our own health? Time for family means spouse, children. If so, then I don't have time for my health and no time for my inner development. So all the corners should be well balanced, not only my professional or business life, but my family life, my relations with the wife, children's upbringing, my health and spirituality. So all the livings are important, and body, mind, soul I have already talked. And if you are fortunate to have the self-realization, then you will have relative and real self. That should be balanced. And we can also talk many things which are pertaining to our living, like food, exercise, wealth or money, or how should be my day. But in today's time sphere, probably I may not touch this. If it comes in question answer session, I may go on through. So let's start with the most common word, happiness. So what do you think, from where the happiness is coming? You have lived a long part of your life and you must be reflecting back within yourself that I have been finding and working hard and hard and hard for single word happiness. So is it in comparison and competition? So most of us go by this, right? Our mind and ego. I'm practicing since last 25 years, doing 25 to 30 surgeries a month and earning X amount. Now my junior colleague has come into practice only since 5 years. Oh my God, he's already doing 100 surgeries. He's earning 4 times more than me. Run, I'm left out behind. Oh, I'm using X model of car. And Mr. Rajini Bhai is using Mercedes Benz. I'm left out right. Why? I have a very good smartphone with me and it's doing all the functions well. Even I'm not able to use the functions which is provided. I'm not knowing half of the functions. And iPhone 6 has come, and Jignesh is carrying iPhone 6 run. I'm left out. So is this our status, and does that give us the answer? So the holistic science says that, okay, Answer is in a normal and natural living. What do I mean to say by natural living? If we go to a nature, does this beautiful rose flower blossom in competition to somebody, or is it a natural? So answer is the natural. Does a blueberry, strawberry or a mango fruit becomes very beautiful fruit in competition to somebody? No, it's natural. So if I allow my natural abilities to come out well, competing with myself, not with anybody, I think I'll be very happy and I'll be able to do the best in a life. But if I start comparing with my younger brother with a CPA and he earns 25 times more than me, with 25 times less tension than me, then I will lose whatever my naturality is as my eye surgeon, and I'll be distressful. And what is normal? Above normal is fever, below normal is also fever. Normality is the essence of life. These aphorisms have been given to you in some selected in page 1, it is 2413. You can refer it whenever you have leisure time. So what do we mean by above normal is fever and below normal is fever? Suppose I like X particular sweet very much, and I go to Subhashji's place and he offers me that sweet because he knows that Shailesh he likes this. And if I go on eating, then what happens? Straight away to the clinic. And if I say, no, I don't want, I have renounced that, I don't want to take that, then my mind will jump over me. So normality is the essence of life. Let's see where we have lost the normality. As I was already saying, I was in Brisbane 2 weeks back, and the family with whom I was staying was a very hard worker, very good fellow, very good nature. But his wife complained to me that he is so much involved into the business that he doesn't have time for me. And that fellow was working hard for wife only. But we had, unfortunately, so this is an imbalance. So many of us experience that our kids are complaining that daddy, mommy could not give the time to us. Same cardiologist friend of mine, his daughter went away with a marriage, and then he wrote a letter to his daddy, who is a very famous cardiologist, very honest, very obliging nature, fast friend of mine. That girl wrote inside, Dad, you could not understand us, and you could not, means her expectations was not fulfilled because Dad had no time to heart exchange the views with that girl. This is a real life scenario. Are we imbalanced like this? And unfortunately, technology part. Technology is a useful tool, but we have to be beware that we don't use above normal. And Einstein said that I fear the day when the technology will surpass our human interaction, the world will have a generation of idiots. It is his quote. I will not dare to say that. But we have to find out that are we going to this?